Hello and welcome to my next video. This is looking at the Necromancer skills in my Hidden Gem series. So here we're going to look at some of the skills that really are, and do have some pretty sweet animations. So you can see sort of the axe strike, that's pretty cool. It's sort of just sort of swinging outwards, just like the uppercut, sort of side. But it's the skill 2 that I really love on the Necromancer. And I'm just going to hide that. But yeah, it's just, I'm looking at the actual skill animations. I didn't quite get a good view on it, but I love how it sort of, the Necro puts out the axe and then really spins it really fast, and you just get this whirling action. Here we go. I mean, that is just so cool, seeing that spin around, especially since my axe is, sort of it's the jaw mag axe. Again, that's a pretty cool little animation because it's more about the scream, the sound effect, than anything else, where you sort of bring this black you fire out this black sort of expanding field that goes out. And generally the animations on the X and the focus, there you go, you see there sort of the animation that the character does to really suck it in and then bring it out. This sort of dark field. I love that little Necro, the skill 5 there, sort of it's almost like the Elementalist sort of glyph skill. You see here some of the fields. What you don't notice as well, if you actually look at the fields, you've got these sort of weird shapes around the edge of the field, like that. You can see some hearts there as well. The signet doesn't really do much. If we, again, for the lich form, I think everyone's really seen those animations. They're just generally the same sort of thing. But you notice with the staff, you get this black sort of mist that will form in a set, sort of exactly like my staff, the Final Rest. So that's why I'm actually, oddly enough, using it, because and chose that staff because it looks like the skills that you actually do with the Necro. So it's perfect staff for me. And generally, yeah, I find some of these skill animations very sort of interesting as well. Again, if we sort of, I think we're gonna, yeah. So if you'll have that sort of black. There you go. That's the skill 5. But I mean, yeah, they have that sort of dark field, there again. I find these animations really quite cool. For me, the personal one is skill 2, where you really do fling out that axe and it swirls around. That is pretty sweet indeed. So let's look at some of the other weapons. Here we have the Scepter and the warhorn. The Scepter's nothing special really. I do like the grasping dagger animation. I think it did used to be a lot more pronounced. You'll see there the grasping hands. It did used to be a lot more pronounced when you actually saw it being demoed and sort of, before Guild Wars was launched. The grasping skills is actually a Guild Wars 1 skill. The warhorn, pretty similar again to the standard warhorn. You do get this cool little, sort of swarm effect that will fly around. I mean, God, look how many swarms there are. That is a lot of animations for this one skill. So it's pretty cool indeed. You've got like spectral grasp where you change colour. Nothing really special about that animation. You just grab it out. You do lose a bit of blood though. But again, this grasping skill, it's one of the more unique skills. You don't see many grasping hands like that. So I quite like that skill there indeed. But this is the Necromancer skill set, and one of the other things you've got to notice is like the animations that the characters have when they're not actually fighting, and if they're in combat though, they will do some sort of cool things with their weapons and twizzle them around if they're like a dagger. And you can see me, I'm just standing around. So that's a cool little sort of wave that you do there. Again, I'm just trying to get and show you guys a lot of the different skill animations that are in Guild Wars 2 that you may not realise. You just see the skills at the bottom of your screen. You don't actually watch the animation that a developer has obviously spent the time to actually really make sure that a lot of the skills look different to one another. And that's why I'm doing these sort of videos. Again, you've got this little shooting layout. That's a cool little one, sort of where you're moving your hands, and the enfeebling blood skill. That's a cool one as well. I think, is that every? Oh no, the dagger needs to be in skill 1. The scepter can't go into. I keep forgetting the scepter can't go there. There we go. Okay. So skill 1's pretty standard, little swipey one. That one's not quite nice, where you get these sort of 2 red pulses from both your hands, where you're sucking, sort of drawing the blood. I like skill 3 there. Sort of you really put your hands up in the air and you draw down the, it's immobilize your foe. You really create a dark pact with your foe when you sort of immobilize them. So that's a cool animation as well. But again, you know, even the minions, I'm just going to show you now. You know, you draw them from the ground. You know, you bend down, you draw them again, you draw them from the ground, and that's a really nice animation. But if we watch them explode, you know, it's not in. I've actually got the poison cloud on them, so the death nova, so they will explode with the poison cloud. But that's skill 3 again, a nice, very nice animation. So I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed this quick little look at the Necromancer and just some of the skill set that they actually have, and hopefully it'll make you appreciate Necromancers a little bit more. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next video.